Your whole inner space will literally be beautifully flowering with that space of pure love. Right now, sit. You'll experience so much of completion, so much of healing, so much of fulfillment in your relationships. I request all of you, all the participants, now, please take a few minutes and connect to a partner. Take a few minutes and connect to a partner. Actually, if you're all here as a family, it will be wonderful if you all could manifest as a family. The whole power manifestation today is designed to give you a breakthrough, an experience of completion amongst all of you as a family. So please make sure that you take a few minutes and connect to your family members. If you do not have one here, we recommend and suggest that you all call and reach out to them. Please take a few minutes. What we're going to be doing is, you're going to be manifesting the power to scan and identify what is the reality that your partner wants to manifest. Let's say you call your friend. You don't ask them what they want. You are going to scan and identify what is it that they really want to manifest at this point in their life. For someone, it could be a car. Someone, it could be it could be a job. For someone, it could be maybe getting a green card, getting a visa. It could be anything. Or for someone, it could be getting their university application admitted, or it could be different things that they may want to manifest. Any aspect that they want to manifest, what we're going to be doing is, you're going to be scanning and identifying what is the reality that they want to manifest. Once you identify, you're going to be scanning through the third eye and identifying what is the blockage that they have in manifesting that reality. Like, for example, let's say one of your friends is wanting to manifest a admission into the university, right? And then you will scan and identify that she wants to manifest admission into the university. And you'll also scan and identify what is the blockage. Maybe she doesn't have enough funds for it. You're going to be scanning and identifying what is the obstacle. In the third and the most important step, you're going to be opening the Jivan Mukti book, the Living Enlightenment book, and offering the solution what Swamiji gives on the Jivan Mukti book to your friend. Are you all clear with the 3 steps? Can I request all of you to post the 3 steps in the chat? Thank you, Karuna Karaya. I see you have shared the clips from Swamiji's session. Yes, Ma Sadashivaya, I see you have also posted. Okay, can I request all of you to please share the 3 steps? What are the 3 steps to manifest this power? Ornella, Budu, Nityanandam. I request all of you to post Manitya Chakra Rajaswarupini. What Swamiji gave here is a very, very important truth. Swamiji revealed to all of us how, when you experience that self-love, you will really push yourself to the conscious lifestyle, conscious living. Actually, when you experience real self-love, you will automatically start enriching others. You will automatically start reaching out and enriching others as well. So now I'm going to request all the participants to take a few minutes. Please connect to a partner. 3 steps. I'll repeat again. Step number 1, you're going to be scanning and identifying one reality that they want to manifest. Second, you're going to be scanning and identifying what is the obstacle that they have. Vishwanath and I posted 2 steps correctly. I'm telling the second step, which is the main one. See, first one, you're not going to ask them for desire. For example, if I'm connecting to you to scan Aya, I will just close my eyes. I will see through the third eye. Whatever Swamiji is revealing to me as the reality that you want to manifest, I will be scanning and telling you. For example, let's say, okay, you want to have a deep spiritual experience, or you want to buy a car, right? And then I will scan and tell, and then I'll ask you, is that depending on whatever it is? And then I will, second step, I will scan the obstacle you have to manifest. You want to manifest a car, but where exactly you're having an issue? So maybe there's not enough funds, or maybe you're not really the model that you're looking for is not available within the budget range. So I will identify the exact problem that you have by scanning through the third eye. Then again, I will tell you that this is the obstacle that you have. You will say yes or no, depending upon whether the answer is true or not. And the third step, I will be opening the Jivan Mukti book, scanning through, connecting to Swamiji, chanting Mahavakya, and opening the Jivan Mukti book. Whatever solution Swamiji reveals in the Jivan Mukti book, I will be sharing and enriching you with that solution. Are all of you clear? If you're all clear, can I request all of you to put yes in the chat? This is a very, very powerful experience it will give you. The moment you start manifesting, others' reality, it'll give you such powerful experience inside you. If you're all clear, can I request all of you to put yes in the chat, please?
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam. So, welcome back after this amazing, powerful live darshan by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing us all and blessing us, giving and showering all the boons upon all the disciples and devotees. Now, after the darshan, this is the best time for all of us to enter into the power manifestation session. As you all know, all the energy and all the Shaktipada, the initiations that we have received during the darshan, which are still overflowing in our whole system, the Kundalini energy, it becomes more grounded and solidified in our system and continues to radiate for a long period of time when we manifest powers just after the initiation, just after the darshan. So, as you all know, today we are manifesting the powers related to Vak Shakti, manifesting the Vak Shakti. Vak is the intra-organ, which is located in your throat, and it is the organ which is responsible for speech and the integrity to words. When this intra-organ is cleansed, when all the blockages are removed, when all the blockages are removed from this intra-organ of Vak, when the integrity is restored with our words, what we manifest is called the Vak Shakti, the power of words. And the manifestation of this Vak Shakti is that whatever we utter becomes reality. Cosmos makes it into reality. So whatever gets uttered from our mouth, the words coming out of our mouth simply become reality. That is the Vak Shakti. So today we are manifesting this power of Vak Shakti, cleansing and removing the blockages, removing all the incompletions that are sitting inside our Vak and polluting our Vak. So doing the completion necessary to remove all these incompletions and restore integrity with our words. So now we are going to enter into the round 5 of this power. And in this round, you're going to scan your Vak and describe all the harsh words you have given to yourself. For example, words of anger, painful words, and we are going to complete with all these harsh words. Okay. Now, before we jump into the actual power manifestation, let us take a look at the Shastra Pramana, that is the scriptural evidence of this power. So the Shastra Pramana The verse goes as Anenaiva vidhanena yogindro vanimandale bhavet swachandachari cha sarvapat parivarjitaha. The translation for this: by acting upon these ordainments by me, Paramashiva, the great yogi, Yogindra, becomes in the world perfectly independent, Swachandachari, and is freed from all obstacles. He can travel anywhere, Sarvapat. Here Paramashiva is describing the qualities and the attributes manifested by the yogi who is manifesting this power. So let's now prepare ourselves for entering into this completion exercise in particular for manifesting the power of Vak Shakti. So put Jnananjana on your third eye, the Agnya Chakra, here between the eyebrows. If you don't have Jnananjana, that is okay. But if you do, it will definitely help in this whole process. Now, you'll be bringing awareness in between your eyebrows. Where you apply the Jnananjana, you'll be bringing awareness here in the center between the two eyebrows, the third eye center, where the third eye is situated. Connect with Swamiji and start chanting Mahavakya. Let the Mahavakya reverberate in your entire body. You can either chant or you can hum. But while chanting the Mahavakya, connect with Swamiji, visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Then scan your third center for all the negative words you have used against yourself and pen them down. So all the negative words, all the words carrying the negative energy, for example, anger, words you spoke out of anger, frustration, violence against yourself in this case. So all those painful words which you spoke against yourself, all the harsh words you used against yourself, pen all those words down. And then once you have penned all those words, whatever you remember, consciously complete with all these words. So you'll be chanting the Mahavakya, penning down all the words, scanning your throat center. And whatever comes out, all the words, harsh words you've used, pen them down. Once you have finished penning them down, do intense completion with all these words. What you can do, for example, is take one example of a harsh word you have spoken against yourself. Go into into the depth of the word that you have used, why you have used it, the incident where you used it. What is the feeling generated inside you? And relive that entire incident, the entire emotion associated with that incident, what you go through, that entire feeling. So we will now be beginning with this power manifestation round. We will be playing the Mahavakya. You can chant along with the audio. Bring awareness between your eyebrows. Then scan your throat center. Pen down the words. And then do intense completion with those words. So let's begin.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, you can all now relax. Feel that energy of completion filling your inner space and flowing all the way to your throat center, healing it, removing all the blockages, restoring integrity with your words. So when you do this completion and complete more and more with all the incompletions which are sitting in your vak, the intra organ, which supplies the energy to the organ of speech at the physical level. When you do more and more completion, you will see that the words that you have uttered, that have come out of your mouth, you will see them manifesting in your life as well. So it is now time for all of us to share the experience of this power manifestation session on social media platforms with all the people, enriching them. Because when you enrich others, you enrich yourself. Others are just merely an extension of you. They are literally you. They form part of your life, your being, your extension. So when you enrich other people with all these great truths, the experience you yourself are having, you will see that you are showered as well in return. And your own experiences become more and more deeper, and you reach higher and higher levels of realization, powerful cognition, powerfulness, and completion. So please head over to the social media platforms, sharing your experiences, and inviting people also to join Paramashivoham Level 2, so that they can also have similar experience in their life and see their life getting completely transformed and overhauled with the powerful initiations and powerful cognitions from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So this brings us to the end of this power manifestation session. We will now be moving to the next segment on this day of Paramashivoham Level 2, when we are celebrating the dimension of relationships and learning how we can manifest fulfilling relationships in life. All the various initiations and powerful cognitions that we have received today from Swamiji are all meant to remove all the incompletions that we have within us, which are creating obstacles in us for manifesting fulfilling relationships in our life. When it comes to various people that are a part of our life, be it our inner circle, for example, our parents, our spouse, our children, our grandparents, our immediate family, or extended family, relatives, or friends. When we reach a deeper level of completion, we will see that getting reflected in all these people, in our teamily. Teamily means it's a combination of the word team and family. Because all these people who are a part of our life, they are reflecting a certain aspect of us. When that aspect inside us is incomplete, that incompletion will show in that person. If there's an incompletion, it will reflect back on us through that person, who is a reflection of that part. And we will feel that this part, the relationship with that person is not really fulfilling. There is some problem, there are issues, misunderstandings, and whatnot. Quarrels as well. So the solution is not to dump that person out of our life and to stop talking or whatever we do usually, but to heal that part within us which the other person is reflecting, completing that aspect that brings completion between us and the other person as well. So this process, the whole process of completing with our immediate teamly, who are our reflection, this is the living Advaita process which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has taught all of us. It's a very powerful process to bring complete completion within ourselves and also with our teamly, with all the people who are a part of our life, who constitute our life, in fact. And that really leads to complete fulfillment in all the various relationships that we manifest. And it will also attract the right kind of people in our life. So let's now head over to a video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be revealing the sacred secrets, the higher truths about the living Advaita process, what it is, explaining in depth, and teaching us how to do this process to achieve complete completion in relationships and our life. So let's watch this video.
Live Advaita. Understand.
In Kathopanishad,
Living
the
Advaita.
Upanishad says,
Live Advaita.
if you do a
means
ritual, Vajapeya,
create
if you do a ritual,
whatever you want from the power of Advaita. Understand? Advaita is a simple basic truth. Simple basic truth. Like a sun rises in the morning in the east. You can't go on debate about it. The direction in which sun is rising, we call that as a east. The time when sun is rising, we call that as morning. These are simple factual understandings. So Advaita is also a simple factual understanding. Fact based on which you need to plan your life. It is not the subject to be debated. It is the subject on which you plan your life strategy. Advaita also is not the subject to be debated. It is the facts on which you need to plan the strategy of your life. I don't even want to use the word truth because it is loaded. I'll use the word fact, a simple fact. Advaita is a simple fact on which you can strategize your everyday activity, everyday action. Please understand, all of us are completely connected in the space of oneness. I am not saying all of us are one. All of us are in the space of oneness. All of us are in the space of oneness. If you see goodness from outside, you are in the space of completion inside. If you see bad things outside, you need to complete inside. Go on. Go on. Let every decision you make, let every thought you entertain, every word you utter, every word you utter, every action you do, let it be based on Advaita. Let it be completely based on Advaita. Understand, living Advaita means your self-drive, your inspiration, your energy, your experience, your intelligence, everything operates from Advaita, from the truth and fact, sacred secret of the oneness. Understand? Digest Advaita more and more into your thinking. Digest Advaita more and more into your words. Digest Advaita more and more in your actions. Every simple digestion means even if you make a very simple decision, I will not use the word I and mine in my words, in my speak. When I speak in my speech, I'll use only the word we, us. Even this simple decision will go on be reminding you, if you take it from the context of oneness. If you take this simple decision from the context of oneness, even this simple decision will go on be reminding you the Advaita. It will go on be reminding you the Advaita. every day morning when you wake up, align yourself to that oneness. Every thought, every action. Bring more and more Advaita into it. Please understand. Do not freeze yourself. Do not think you have grown up. Now nothing more can be done. Transformation is not possible. No. Every day the possibility for you to build a new personality, new body, new mind, new being is available, open. That availability is what I call life. Using that availability and making Advaita as a strategy, building a new body, new mind, new personality, new words, new thoughts, new actions is what I call living Advaita.
Timili means extension of you. It is just extension of you. You will feel the whole Timili is just more hands, more heart, more brain, more legs. All our Hindu gods portrayed with many heads, many hands, many legs is nothing but they had that powerful Timili. Please understand, every one of you should have at least few people around you in this frequency where you experience tremendous friendliness with them and they experience tremendous friendliness with you. I tell you, you need to know, please understand, there may be million liter the arak in a shop, but you don't need million liter to get drunk. You can't drink million liter. If you drink some 10 liter, that's enough, that's a maximum. Same way, there may be the whole ocean, but for you to die, you don't need the whole ocean. Just some 100 liter water goes inside your body, you will die. Same way, there may be billions of people. For you to experience the ultimate enlightenment, you don't need to feel oneness with all of them. Understand, 11 people in your life, if you feel the non-dual experience of oneness, you will become enlightened. You don't need more than 11 people. The 12th person, you will be enlightened. Because your brain, your individual logic cannot retain its individual existence if you extend your oneness more than 11 people. When you feel oneness, because of the oneness, you will know whatever insecurity other person is feeling, you will know whatever desire or greed the other person is feeling, you will know the other person's space. Because of your knowledge, you will have love and compassion. Understand, anything becomes known to you, anything becomes part of your knowledge, you start loving it. because you know the desire, greed, struggle, fear the other person is going through. When you experience Advaitic space with them, because of that non-duality, you love them, you become compassionate towards them, the relationship may become better. The rustic, raw, ground level truth should be your basic cognition. Understand? The rustic truth of life is non-duality. The raw truth of life is Advaita. It should become your basic cognition in whatever you do, in whatever you live, in whatever you touch, in whatever you handle, in whatever you see. Come to the truth, come to the clarity. Whoever may be in your teamily, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, whatever, please understand, your completion with them or incompletion with them, they are not responsible. Irrespective of them, you develop a pattern of incompletion with somebody else, somewhere else, and bring it and put it on these people. See, whether you put the gunny bag on them or silk shawl on them, you weaved it somewhere else. The poor fellow who is standing in front of you is no way responsible for the gunny bag or the silk shawl you are dumping on them. So understand, Advaita Satya is the only truth. Your incompletion with other person or your completion with other person is not responsible. Whether you are putting a silk shawl on that person, completion, or a gunny bag on that person, incompletion, other person is not responsible. It is you who stitched this pattern from your life. Understand? If you are feeling the other person is constantly abusing you, even if you remove the other person and put somebody else, even if you remove A and put B, in 2 days you are going to feel this fellow is also doing the same thing to you. Whether you are completion or incompletion, the other person is not responsible. When you start working with your team, face all your so-called difficulties, listen. Nothing is difficult on this earth, but you have to do it. The good news is, nothing is difficult. The best news is, you have to do it. If you don't do, you don't need to do, then what for life? Nothing is difficult. When you start relating with your teamily, please understand, the first thing will happen to you is your ability to speak into your listening will happen. I tell you, your intestine can be programmed immediately as you want. If you just know to speak into your listening, your intestine can listen to you immediately. Your intestine will just listen to you. Your heart will listen to you. Your liver will listen to you. I am telling you after experientially experimenting in last 2 days. Last 2 days I was diagnosing the root of this cough, and I was instructing the body, hey, alter yourself, clean it. So body said, if I have to do this much of work, the throat has to work this much, then I may need to recreate the whole throat and the whole organ with a new kind of a strength. Just give me a few days, I'll make it happen. Then I said, all right, till you do that, you don't need to wait for the stomach to become all right. You clear that. I saw clearly the root of the cough has stopped immediately. Now only the throat, the new system is getting built. Please listen. Please listen. I am on a national television, and whatever I am speaking, I am responsible for it. I am telling you on a national TV, you can talk to your organs, you can talk to your body. It will listen to you. Only when you face your teamily, complete with them, when you learn to speak into their listening, simply you will see your teamily is nothing but the representations, mirrors of your heart, kidney, liver, brain. If your teamily is completely disintegrated, disorganized, your body is also disintegrated and disorganized. Your mind is also disintegrated and disorganized. Your mind has many components. Chitta, buddhi. Chitta means all the memory storage. Buddhi means which orders a special file to be drawn. For example, the moment you see somebody wearing the kavi color dress, you would have had a good and bad both with that color. If your buddhi orders the bad file and the chitta will supply that, that is what becomes incompletion. If your buddhi orders the good file, and that is what the chitta will supply, and that only leads to friendliness. Understand? Whether your perceptions, sensory activities leads to more and more incompletion or friendliness is decided by the responsibility with which your buddhi behaves. The responsibility with which your buddhi behaves. Listen. Please understand. If your buddhi cognizes from the space of Advaita that everything, I am responsible, I am the source, then it always orders the right files to the chitta. So I am giving you the essence of the whole process today. The first step, form a teamily. Teamily means family plus team together. Persons with whom you are sharing your whole day. The person may be your senior officer or junior officer. He may be your employee or employer. He may be your subordinate or boss. The persons with whom you are sharing your home. It may be your kid, your father, your mother, your daughter, your spouse, husband or wife, even your maid, driver, whoever is living in and around you, whoever is living with you, around you. Unfortunately, all the English words are too small. The word Bandhu Mitra, what it means in Sanskrit can never mean friends and relatives in English. In Sanskrit, the depth of the word Bandhu Mitra can never be translated by the word friends and relatives. That is why I am struggling and using so many words. People who live around you, with whom you share your life and all that. In Sanskrit, just these two words is enough. Bandhu Mitra, your teamily, your team and family. Make a list of your team and family. Decide you will live in the space of completion with all of them. First, form a teamily. Second, decide you will live in the space of completion with all of them. Please understand. For each of these instruction, why, I already spoke last 1 month. How, why, all that I have spoken last 1 month. Today I am just specifically going to only give the instructions. Like capturing the gist. Third, form a clear identity which you want to live. Authentic inner identity which you want to live. Authentic outer identity which you want to live. Authentic others' image means the image which others want to feel about you. The image, what is the image you want others should experience about you? And life image, what is the image you want to experience about life? Pen down all these 4, elaborate, detailed way, and as the support of your teamily, tell them, this is the way I am going to build myself. Can you all support me? Help me by giving the feedback. What all the incompletions I have to complete? What all the way I have to transform myself to be this authentic personality? Asking the feedback of your teamily. When your teamily gives the feedback, you need to sit and contemplate, to track back, trace back all those incompletions in you, how the patterns developed in you and became those incompletions which your teamily is pointing it out. This is the tricky area. If you tell your teamily, I want to be remembered by all of you as a loving, caring person. Your teamily says, then you need to develop more trust on us. As of now, the trust is not enough. Then look back. When this distrust pattern starts, you make the list of all the incompletions you need to complete. your team lead's feedback is like a raw understanding. You tracking back and tracing back to the source of patterns, root incidents from when you developed those incompletions. I gave you one example. If you declare your other's image, I want every one of you to perceive me as loving, caring person. Your team lead gives you the feedback. You may have to raise your trust on us more. That's the incompletion we find. Then you need to sit and trace back. When you started developing this distrusting pattern, those incidents pen down. Now all the feedback your team lead gave and the tracking back, tracing back you did, which is available in front of you, is the incompletions you need to complete. That is the incompletions you need to complete. So listen, ध्यान से सुनिए, please listen. Once you list all the root incidents, root patterns, incompletions, now it is time for you to complete. I tell you, the moment you pen them down and identify your incompletions, they lose power over you. They lose power over you. Sometimes people ask me, how to know team lead's feedback is right? Be very clear. Anything team lead gives as a feedback, take it as right. Don't even have the problem whether team lead is right or wrong. Anything team lead gives as a feedback, take it as right and trace back, track back. If it is not right, don't worry, naturally those incompletions will not be there. If it is there, complete it. If it is not there, enjoy it, that's all. Describe all your incompletions in detail. Just by understanding, most of them will lose power over you. And the remaining, if there are few, sitting like a small wound, like a pus, just few days, complete them and drop it, it will disappear. Nothing to be worried, nothing to be bothered.
Yes. So we all have heard from Swamiji all the details of this living Advaita process that we are about to get into now. So essentially, our relationships and the people in our life always reflect dimensions of ourselves. And as Swamiji says, any feedback that the people in our lives give us, take it as true. Because even if it is not, then no problem. But actually, we will see that most of the time, literally at least 90% of the time, the feedback of the people in our life is true. Now, the subject of relationship and how to receive feedback and how to accept that the incompletions that we are facing in our relationships actually come from us. It is reflections of our own inner space. This truth is maybe one of the most difficult things to admit in many situations, at least. How much ever we know it, how much ever we know that we are not in the right space, that there is some incompletion from our side, we still hold on to conflicts, and this is something that is very common. But with this process now, we will be going in depth within the main relationships of our lives, and transforming not only our relationships but ourselves through our relationships. Okay, so we'll be starting this living Advaita process, and we'll be proceeding step by step. Now, let's have a short recap of the fundamental truth behind this process, which is Advaita, oneness. Now, living Advaita itself means creating whatever you want from the power of Advaita, from the power of oneness. So once you detox yourself from all the incompletions and so on, you are able to experience oneness with the people in your life, and therefore you are able to manifest whatever you want through the people in your life. As Swamiji says, when we experience oneness with people, we just know what attitude they are having, how they are thinking. We are able to understand people, and we are able to relate with people without creating conflict and manifesting whatever we want through people. Now, one more thing, Advaita is a simple truth, and it is already a truth even if you have not experienced it. We talk about oneness many times, especially in the power manifestation, for example, but it's not that only when you experience oneness, you start being in oneness. You are already in oneness by your existence. And this is why your relationships already reflect different dimensions of yourself because of this reality of oneness. Okay? Now, starting this process, the first step, we're going to give just a few minutes. Write down your Timili, and it should be a minimum of 11 people. So your Timili will include your family and your best friends, the closest people that with whom you share your life. Okay, so could be people with whom you are sharing your day, who are living around you or who are living with you. With whom you share your life in whatsoever way, even your colleagues, people who are working every day with you, who share your house, food, work, office. It could be co-workers, employers, family members. They don't necessarily need to live in the same city. They can also live far away, even in different countries. The point is, all these people need to have a significant impact on you and on your life. So you should feel that there is a certain closeness with these people, and it will be in different dimensions. As we said, it can include colleagues as well as family members. So you will not have the same kind of relationships, but both these categories of people matter a lot in your life. Okay, and it can also include pets, trees, rivers, mountains, plants, whatever. If you have that kind of a connection with these beings, they can also be part of your community. Okay, so let's start. Just a few minutes. As of now, nothing more. We're just making the list, and then we will enter into the second phase of the process. So you can now start. Make sure that you have a minimum of 11 members in your community. And if anyone is done, once you are done, you can also drop a message in the Zoom chat. And once, if we know that you are all done with this phase, then we can also move in the next phase quicker. So let us know, and let us start this first phase. Okay, so as some of the participants are done, we'll move to the second step. If you have not yet completed your list, no issue. You can continue doing so even as we move on. Now, let's move further. So, for each person of your timili that you have written down, you're gonna sit down by yourself. If you have these people available, you can request them to sit with you and to be in their physical presence. Otherwise, you can do it by yourself. And you're going to connect with each of these persons inside you, okay, in your space. And you're going to look inside and see if there are any incompletions that you experience with them. Okay, when you connect with them, receive any incompletion arises in your inner space, and if yes, then pen down each of these incompletion and pen down in detail what is happening inside you when you connect with each one of them. So very simple. For each person, connect with them in your inner space, see if any incompletion is there, and if yes, pen it down in detail. Okay, so let's start with that first. Yes. So you can continue doing the exercise. Meanwhile, I'll introduce the next step so that we make sure that we are on time. This part of the process goes hand in hand with the next step, which is now, as you are penning down all the incompletions with all your relationships, you also need to look back into your life and see if you have experienced a similar kind of incompletions with other people previously in your life. Okay, so the whole point is to see that this incompletion that you face with a specific person it was not just created at that moment, okay, in that specific situation, but there's a pattern that you carry from the past. Okay, so it will be for each incompletion looking backward and seeing in our life if we have faced the same incompletion with other people as well. Okay, so I also invite all the participants to move on quite quickly so that we make sure that we are on time, because we still have quite a few steps. After that, we'll need to complete and interact even with some of our Teamily members. So don't get stuck, just move on. Try to cover as many of the Teamily relationships that you have written down as you can. And if you have any doubts or questions, please let us know in the chat and we'll respond. Let's continue. Yes, we have a few more minutes. The whole point of this exercise is to see that all the incompletion that we are experiencing presently in our relationships, first of all, are the byproduct of our own incompletions, which were created in the past. Okay, so all the present struggles that we are facing, it is by diagnosing these incompletions that we created from the past that we will be able to solve all of them. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. You can continue, and then we'll move on to the next phase. Yes. We have to move on. Make sure to keep your notes and to remember the different steps of this process. To be honest, to do this living Advaita process completely, it might take even more than a full day, because you have to complete with each of these people, first within yourself, and then interact with them also. So let us at least start so that you understand what the process is, because it's a very powerful process, and it is definitely something that will give you a very practical understanding of how to complete with other people. So we are going to introduce the next steps, and this is the part where we are going to be bringing the completion, actually doing the completion with all of these people. So here, in the next phase, what you need to be doing is to sit with each of your Timili member, and you're going to be informing them about what are the incompletions that you are feeling in your relationship and how you have started building this pattern from a young age. So for example, let's say that you have you experience anger, let's say, with a specific person. So right now, with the understanding that you have, you understand that this anger started way back in the young age. And so you are going to be bringing completion with that person by explaining how this anger that has affected your relationship with this person is actually a pattern that you are having, okay, which is your own incompletion, which you are carrying from the young age. And it is the patterns that you build that are responsible for this incompletion. This incompletion is due to that pattern. Okay, so this understanding is very important. The discussion should go on incident by incident with the other person, step by step, until both of you are completely complete. So in order to bring completion in that relationship, you need to heal all the layers and all the incompletions that are there between you and that person. So you are going to be repeating this process with all the incidents and all the incompletions that you are facing with that person. Okay, so this is the first step. Then, once you are done with the completion, all these going through each incident one by one with that person physically, you are going to create an authentic identity, okay? Restoring the space and creating the actual relationship that you want, starting by creating the identity that you want. So that involves the inner image, outer image, others image, and the life image. So you are going to authentically describe all these four images and how you want them to be. Now, at this stage, you are also going to ask this person to suggest you what all incompletions you need to complete with in order to achieve these authentic identities. You are actually receiving feedback from the other person, okay, and allowing them to pinpoint the incompletions that you are having and that you need to complete in order to create this authentic identity that you would have explained to them, okay? And upon receiving this support, then you are going to be guided to achieve more and more completion within yourself. So you can use that feedback to look in, identify all the doubts, fears, and so on that prevent you from being in completion. Now, once you receive this feedback and you identify all these patterns, you need to complete with them. And this can be done in two ways. So either you go back into the past and relive all these emotions, incompletions, in order to relieve them, or you can, if you can, just using your intelligence and conscious decision, just deciding to drop all this incompletion and declaring that the past is irrelevant and discarding them from your life. This can be done in both these ways, whichever works best for you. And you're going to be continuing to do this completion process until you have reached the complete completion, and until you are able to live this authentic identity and create that authentic relationship. Now, once this is done, the final step is to become a co-creator for your team lead. You should become a catalyst. You should be able to enrich and cause their reality. So you are going to ask each of them, each team lead member, what they want to achieve, what they desire, or if they face any obstacle, any problem that they really struggle with. And you are going to help them to manifest their reality, either by solving their problem or manifesting what they want. And you are going to declare to them what actions you are going to take and how you are going to assist them as a co-creator of their reality. So here, since it's almost about time and we still have to do this next round of power manifestation, I hope that you are able to remember and that you were able to understand all the steps. Maybe some of you have noted it down. In the worst case, you can always rewatch this live stream, which will be available on YouTube, which is the easiest. You can go through, you can hear, you can listen again to the instructions and pause whenever you want. Otherwise, Swamiji has revealed this living Advaita process, and you can also find that video on YouTube. Before we end and move to the power manifestation, if you have any question, you have the opportunity to ask, and I will respond. Otherwise, the process is fairly simple. We bring the completion within ourselves, and then we move to this phase of interacting with each person one by one, explaining to them the completion and how it is the incompletion that we have faced in the past that affected the relationship, presenting to them how we want to exist from that point onwards, the authentic identity, then receiving the feedback, utilizing that feedback to bring more and more completion within ourselves, and finally declaring to co-create their reality. This is a complete process to heal absolutely any relationship and manifesting your authentic identity in all your relationships. Okay, so that's it for today's living Advaita process. It is a very good introduction to this science of completion with others and how we can bring completion in all our relationship. Now we move to a final round of power manifestation.
Yes. So we will now be entering into the final session of power manifestation. We are manifesting the power of manifesting the Vak Shakti, the power of words in our life, and the completion process that is needed for us to manifest the Vak. Shakti. So we will be doing that completion process as the part of our manifestation, because the moment we do bring in more and more completion with respect to our Vak, we will naturally see that we will be manifesting the Vak Shakti. Automatically the words that we utter, they will align, the whole cosmos will align to make them into reality. So let's now enter into the round 6 of this power manifestation. In this round, you will be scanning your Vak to see all the spontaneous lies that you spontaneously told to yourself and cherished those lies. And we will be completing with all those spontaneous lies that you have spoken to yourself. So before we enter into the actual process, let's take a quick look at the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural evidence. The verse goes as, Anenaiva vidhanena yogindro vanimandale bhavet swachhandachari cha sarvapat parivarjitaha. The translation goes as, by acting upon these attainments by me, Paramashiva, the great yogi, Yogindra, becomes in the world perfectly independent, swachandachari, and is freed from all obstacles. He can travel anywhere, that is Sarvapat. Here Paramashiva is describing the attributes of the yogi, of the person who is manifesting these powers. So let's now quickly prepare ourselves. If you have Jnananjana with you, please apply Jnananjana between your eyebrows, where the seat of the third eye is situated, the Agnya Chakra, here between the eyebrows. If you don't have Jnananjana, that's perfectly fine. We will move to the next step. Now in this step, bring awareness in between your two eyebrows, where you applied the Jnananjana. Bring awareness to that center, the third eye. Connect with Swamiji and start chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Chant loudly, let it reverberate in your entire body. Chant from your very navel itself. Connect with Swamiji, invoking that space of oneness. And then, through your third eye, scan your throat center for all the spontaneous lies you told to yourself and cherished it. And pen down all those spontaneous lies. Because we have this habit, right? Whenever we are suddenly faced with a crisis situation or a challenging situation, many times our immediate response is just utter a lie. Just try to save ourselves, justify the existence. So those spontaneous lies that we have uttered to ourselves about anything, scan your throat center through that power of oneness, through the third eye, and list down, pen down all those spontaneous lies that you have uttered to yourself. And then in the step after that, we will be completing, intensely bring completion. Complete all those spontaneous lies that you have told to yourself. Just drop all those lies, completing them, restoring the space of completion, restoring the space of integrity with yourself when it comes to words that you are uttering. All right. So these are the steps that we will be doing. So we will now start playing the Mahavakya, start chanting the Mahavakya, connect with Swamiji and start scanning your throat center. Pen down the spontaneous lies you have told to yourself, and then bring intense completion to all these spontaneous lies. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, you can all now relax and let this intense completion space sink in and be more grounded in your system, in your being. The more and more you bring completion with your words, you will see your walk getting more and more cleansed and you manifesting the power of words, the Vak Shakti. So this brings us to the end of this power manifestation session. Please head over to the social media platforms and share your experience about this power manifestation session and also about the entire day, how your experience has been today, the various sessions that we attended, so many powerful cognitions we received, and the powerful initiation from Swamiji himself during the live darshan. So please feel free to share all these experiences on social media with all the people, inviting them also to join Paramashivoham Level-2. You can share the link paramashivoham.org for them to register for Paramashivoham Level-2 so that they can also experience this super conscious breakthrough in their lives and manifest the reality that they want. So we will now be closing today's series of sessions. It was a very powerful, power-packed day of us learning how to manifest fulfilling relationships in our lives. And for any of the processes, if you feel you have not completed the assignments, you can feel free whenever you have time to go back and finish the process. For example, the living Advaita process, the remaining portion where you bring completion with yourself, with others, and from that space of completion, you build a new authentic identity and declare it to all the teamly members, and then work with them from that space, from that authentic identity, work with them and become co-creators of their reality as well. So that will fulfill and that will complete the whole circle when it comes to the relationships with your teamly members. So you will experience intense completion in your life when you complete all these processes, all these assignments and internalization exercises. So let's now end today's day. Tomorrow we are going to have another exciting series of sessions in another dimension of our life, bringing completion to that aspect and manifesting powers, manifesting the reality that we want. So let's now end today's day with the Purna Mantra, folding our hands in the Atmanjali Mudra, declaring complete completion with ourselves and the entire cosmos, feeling grateful, having the sense, the space of gratitude towards Swamiji, towards the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, for guiding us, for being in our lives, for giving us the blessing of his presence in our lives, and guiding us to the ultimate fulfillment of our lives. Let's chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityananda.
Nityanandam.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham.